This year, beyond today's event, the foundation is also building something long-term.
Foundation. Thank you. My name is Dorothy Nyongo, trustee, Africa Cancer Foundation.
My name is Sylvia Ujo. I'm also a trustee of the foundation, and I'm a physician, infectious disease specialist.
Good morning. I'm Fatma Abdallah. I'm a director at the Africa Cancer Foundation, and I'm a hematologist and oncologist.
I'm Shalini Bala Lucas. I'm a board member of the ACF. I'm also an author and healer and mindfulness coach.
Thank you, and I want to take this opportunity to observe a minute of silence, and I will ask Nana to come up and join us. We lost a board member last year, Sudhir Vidyarthi, and his wife Nana is here with us today. We appreciate you, and thank you for making time to be with us today. We have a little gift for you, a certificate, and something just to remind you of us.
All right, may I invite you to be on your feet so that we can observe a moment of silence for Sudhir Vidyarthi. And if there's anyone you too have lost to cancer, or you know who is fighting this fight, please remember them at this time. Thank you very much. Media team, were you able to grab that photo? Yes, thank you. Now I'd like to introduce and request that Shalini remains on stage because she will be our next speaker. Shalini Bala Lucas is a best-selling author of 3 books, a TEDx speaker, TV and radio presenter, a Capital FM podcaster, and an award-winning entrepreneur of her well-being company, Just June. She's an international accredited mindfulness and mindset coach, passionate about raising mental health awareness through her retreats and in the corporate world. She has taught powerful, life-changing mindfulness exercises to people all over the world. She's a passionate widow of a widow's rights activist, my apologies, and following the death of her beloved husband, Jeremy Lucas, to renal cancer in 2016, just about a decade ago. In 2018, her father, Ashok Bala, also died from cancer. And since then, she has been very vocal about raising awareness of the importance of cancer screening and treatment. Her life's purpose is to inspire and empower people to respond to life's many challenges, by turning vulnerability and pain into resilience and compassion to cultivate happiness and prosperity. Shalini asked me to title what she's about to share with you. So allow me to read out what the title is in just a couple of seconds, if I can trace it. Shalini seems to have disappeared. Come and whisper in my ear. When cancer became personal. Put your hands together for Shalini Bala Lucas.
Thank you. Good morning. As June said, 10 years ago this month, cancer became personal to me. Until then, it was something that happened to other people. Of course, I knew people who had been diagnosed. I'd heard their stories, supported fundraising events, and donated to charities. But cancer wasn't part of my story. It belonged to somebody else's family. In fact, when Jeremy my late husband, was first diagnosed, we could hardly bring ourselves to say the word. We called it the big C. Somehow saying the word cancer out aloud made it feel too real, too frightening. We thought that if we called it something else, perhaps we could keep a little distance from it. Of course, that didn't work. Jeremy was diagnosed with renal cancer, and overnight, our lives changed. Suddenly, we were learning a new language we had never wanted to learn. Hospital appointments filled our diary. We found ourselves waiting for scan results, sitting outside consulting rooms, meeting oncologists, and measuring life from one appointment to the next. I see some of you nodding. You know what I mean. I realized then that cancer doesn't just affect the person who receives the diagnosis. Rather, it quietly moves into the lives of everyone who loves them. Partners, parents, children, siblings, friends, colleagues, all begin carrying something they never expected to carry. Jeremy died 10 years ago. And then just 18 months later, my father also died from colorectal cancer. Cancer didn't visit this family just once. It came back. Somewhere along the way, I realized it had become part of our family's story. A new report just out by the World Health Organization shows that 1 person in 5 will develop cancer, and the disease will touch 92% of people globally, either through their own diagnosis or that of a close family member. Let me just allow that to sit with you. 92% of people globally. As I look around this room today, I suspect every single one of us has been touched by cancer in some way. For some, it's been your own diagnosis. For others, it's been a spouse, a parent, a child, a colleague, a close friend. Some of us are grieving. Some of us are cancer warriors. Some of us are survivors. And some, like me, caregivers. Some of us are supporting someone going through treatment right now. The difference is simply where we are in the story. But every one of us understands that cancer changes lives. When I think back to 10 years ago, I don't remember talking about cancer so openly as we do today. perhaps because it hadn't yet touched my life. But I also believe something has changed. Here in Kenya, more and more people are hearing those dreaded words, "You have cancer." I don't know whether we're diagnosing it more, whether we're talking about it more openly, or whether something else is changing in our society. What we eat, the air we breathe, the alcohol and tobacco consumption we subject our bodies to, and the immense mental and physical stress we endure just by living our daily lives. I don't know. What I do know is that cancer is no longer somebody else's story. It's becoming part of all of our stories. In fact, the inception of the Africa Cancer Foundation came from a personal story, as you just heard. And that's why the work of the foundation matters. None of us knows when cancer will become personal. None of us knows whose story will change next. But we can help change what happens. For the past 15 years, the Africa Cancer Foundation has been steadfastly walking alongside individuals and families across Kenya, raising awareness, encouraging screening, and therefore early diagnosis, supporting patients, educating communities, and advocating for better cancer care. They can't take away a diagnosis, but they can make sure that fewer people face it alone, and that more families have access to information, support, and hope when they need it most. I also want to acknowledge the cancer survivors here today. You are living proof that a cancer diagnosis is no longer the end of a story. Because of earlier diagnosis, advances in treatment, dedicated healthcare professionals, and organizations like the Africa Cancer Foundation, more people are surviving, living well, and looking forward to the future. Thank you for reminding all of us that hope is real. Before I finish, we will take a small compassionate breathwork moment. For this, I'd like to invite you to bring to mind someone who has been affected by cancer. It may be someone you loved and lost. It may be someone who survived. It may be someone who is living with cancer today. It may be the person you're sitting right next to at this moment. It may even be yourself. So please just put your phones down, take a moment for yourself, close your eyes or lower your gaze, whatever you feel comfortable with. And I'd invite you to place your right hand over your heart and your left hand on your stomach. And take a slow, gentle breath in through your nose and a long breath out through your mouth. Breathing in and breathing out. You will find the rise and fall of your stomach as you honor each breath in and each breath out. There is nowhere else you need to be right now. Nothing to fix, nothing to do. Just this moment. As you breathe in, feel your stomach gently rise beneath your hand and fall as you breathe out. Each breath is a reminder that we are here. Each breath is a reminder that we are alive. And in this moment, all is well. I want you to turn inwards to yourself and give yourself some loving kindness, some compassion, an acknowledgement that you are one of God's creatures, and know that you are guided and blessed and loved. Now carry that same kindness to the person you had in your mind. Hold that person in your heart for a few moments. May we continue to support one another, to speak openly, to encourage screening and early diagnosis, and to remind those affected by cancer that they are never alone. One final breath in and out. Remember, all is well. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Whoever came to your mind, they are your reason for being here today. They are your reminder that cancer is never just a diagnosis. It touches families, friendships, and entire communities. And if each one of us can play even a small part in ensuring that more people receive early diagnosis, better support, and greater hope, then together we really can help change someone else's story. Cancer became personal to me 10 years ago. Today, together, let's make hope personal to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Shalini. All right, friends, we promised you brunch. That's the meal right before lunch and right after breakfast. If you check your times, please, your clocks, please tell me what time it is. 11? Hey, those are many different times. What time, which is this, GMT, Central, what's the time, Betty? 11:25, all right. We are smack in the middle. Breakfast would have been around 9. Lunch is typically around 1. So this is brunch, okay? I want to invite you all to brunch. The service area is at the end, or rather out of those doors. I'm going to invite tables 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to please begin the service. If our ushers could open the doors. Tables 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, so that we can have a nice flow. I'll invite Kamano and the band to entertain us as that is happening. We'll give ourselves about 30 minutes to be able to serve. Feel free to come back in with your brunch. And if you didn't have a moment to check out the exhibition space, remember that we have some wonderful exhibitors with some wonderful things that you can buy and sample. And also, I'm giving you a moment to buy some raffle tickets because I have a whole table full of gifts. And so the first person to finish brunch will pick the winning ticket as we do some more raffles. So I'll see you back here in exactly 30 or so minutes at 5 minutes to midday. Kamano and the band, you ready? All right. Tables 1 through to 6, if our ushers could guide. We have our board members, our chief guests. Please, karibu sana. The service area is right at the back. We'll come and call the other tables shortly. Please proceed.